Greetings to you, Bullrun family. How are we doing today? It's another session again on a Friday with me, Queen Debbie, here from Zimbabwe. I'm coming all the way from Zimbabwe, Harare. I hope I find you all well. I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Please let's not forget to just share the link with others so that you let them know that I am live, so that they don't miss what you're about to talk about today. So, community, today I have a beautiful topic that I just want also to share with you: the importance of teaching our children about cryptocurrency. So, it's going to be an amazing session. Before we go any further, I just want to let you know that all our tweets are out. Let's engage with them. Let's take our time to engage with them and also share with our family and our family members, so that they also have to engage with this tweets. So, as we all know that the future belongs to the next generation. The future is in the hands of our little ones. The future belongs to them, because what we are doing right now, sending them to school, sending them to all the schools that we are sending them, is to prepare them for the future that is ahead of them. And you want them to be prepared when they face what's coming. So are we going to only prepare them for them to be able to know how to go and look for a job, to have a beautiful CV only? My answer is no. We cannot just prepare them for that. We have to prepare them for a greater things that are ahead of us. So, as I say, the next generation is in the hands of our little ones. So, how can we prepare them for the next generation that is coming, the next phase that is coming? We have a lot of things that are happening in our midst right now, especially when it comes to blockchain technology, and the future belongs to our little ones. The future belongs to the next generation. Let's share the community. Let's just share the links with others so that they can also tune in. Let's also allow them to tune in. So, as I was saying, we need to prepare them because they are going to be facing the world. How best can we prepare them to face the world with knowledge, with power, with everything, to equip them with everything that they need also to face this upcoming blockchain technology? The future belongs to our kids, and we should also teach them about blockchain, because the future is on blockchain. Our king always talk about tokenization, and these are going to happen. Tokenization in bonds, tokenization in stocks, and in any other things that are being prepared to be tokenized, which means everything is going to be on chain, and it's going to be on blockchain. So we need to prepare these young ones. We need to allow them also to learn about it, because this education is not going to be found in schools. It's not going to be found in colleges. It's not going to be found in anything that has to do with school. So what do? We need to take it upon ourselves as mothers, as sisters, as brothers, to teach them about this technology. So in the next 5 years, if I may tell you, a lot of things might change because of this AI that is at hand right now. CVs, degrees might also be worthless, right? Arguments online that we are doing might also be worthless, because why? People will not be listening to any other person. They'll be just going and say, okay, let me search on Google. Let me go on AI and search about it. At the end of the day, what is going to happen? Technology is going to overtake us. And what do we need to do? We need to allow our kids to also understand that the technology is going to another level. And already by telling them that, they need to be prepared. As I say, this is not going to be in our schools. This is not going to be in our colleges. This is not going to be in our curriculums. So what do? Take it upon ourselves to teach them. We need to teach them. How is it going to be done? We are coming here as queens, as kings, to learn about this industry. Why can't we also transform the same education that we are getting here, also transform them to our kids, also tell them to come. Those who can come and listen, tell them to also come, join King Steve's sessions, join Queen Mother session, join Queen Deby session, to understand what's happening out there. We don't need to keep them on a closed door, whereby we are just saying we are investing, but not allowing them also to understand what we are doing. Let's allow them to also understand what we are doing, and by doing so, what are we doing? We are creating the children that are equipped for the next generation that is going to come. So remember, once upon a time, about 10,000 years ago, people used to go places where they could easily move from places to places and find food. And this is when money was invaded. So by that time, people would go in groups to exchange goods for to exchange goods for either for another goods, so that they can do barter trade. Long time ago they were doing barter trading. So by that time, you know it was then when people would exchange goods and services, and they'll gather and do that. But as time goes on, but barter trading became very complicated, because it was very hard to figure out the price or the value of what, of money. You only know the value of what you are carrying by someone telling you this is what they are willing to exchange for your goods or for your services, what they were willing to give on your goods and services. So at the end of the day, the barter trading becomes very, very, very difficult to continue doing it, because people were undervaluing things for people. They were causing the exchange to be very, very hard for them to be able to understand, even to measure the value of the certain thing that they were exchanging for. So at the end of the day, what happens? That's when money was invaded. So now I want us to understand we are almost the same place where we were long time ago, whereby now fiat currency is going to be phased out. Very soon we'll be using digital currencies. And this is the same time that we are right now, and we are in a junction. And what do we need to do? We need to prepare. We need to prepare ourselves and our kids that are upcoming, because very soon, in the next 5 years, we might be using cryptocurrency only. Maybe fiat will be very scarce for us to be using fiat. We might be using visas, we might be using Visa cards, crypto Visa cards, and other. So before I get into why is it important for us to teach our children to understand the blockchain technology or the cryptocurrency, right? I want us to know that the world is just one click away. Your phone, your computer is connected to each other. The world is just a click away from you. You need to normalize. Nowadays, you need to normalize to have a phone for you to connect with your friends, for you to connect with your family, for you to stay in touch, be it with your family member, be it your spouses, be it your children. You need to be connected using a phone. And these are all these things, they were all invaded 25 years ago. All right. And what's happening right now, it's now coming to money. Money is becoming the next revolution that is going to happen. The revolution of money is coming. It's happening very soon. And if you want to know, imagine how many businesses are going on a phone right now, on a computer right now. How many companies are networking on phone, and children playing games on phone, watching goofy videos on our phones, on our laptop. We are buying and selling on buying and selling our products on phone. And imagine the services that are happening just in our hands. We are holding this gadget in our hands. We pay bills using our phone. We transfer money, e-monies on our phone. We buy and sell collectibles on our phone. So imagine by doing this already, the world has shifted from barter trading to fiat, from barter trading to fiat to money, and now from writing letters to our loved ones. We are now chatting with them on phone. We are using our phone. We can do video calls. We can see them. We can locate them. We know where they are because of the phone. Why? Because the transition has happened. But now we're in a season whereby transition of money is coming to the next generation. And we are here, we are privileged to have such an amazing ecosystem that teaches us about what's going to happen, the revolution that is happening already in the world of finances. So right now, we don't need to leave our children behind. Let's engage them. Let's allow them to understand what's happening, because the earlier the better. Rather than for them to come and tell you, Mom, but you are doing this, why you never told me about it? And with I did some research when I was doing I was working on this session. I did some research that I did when it comes to cell phone. Cell phone or smartphone, it has become one part of our life. In US, they say 294 million smartphone users. And globally, it's 6.6 billion, which is almost 85% of American adults use cell phones. And guess what? 47% of these adults, they say they can't live without a phone. So imagine what's going to happen in the next generation. Already, adults are using these phones, and this is something that was invented 25 years ago. It's not something that has been there for a long time. No, it's something that came, and now people cannot live without. Back to crypto, back to our cryptocurrency. Now we are talking about it. Only 7% knows about it worldwide, but very soon we are going to see how many people are going to be in this platform, who are going to be doing or using crypto to pay bills, to buy services and goods on internet. So by doing so, do you know that right now our children, they know how to operate phone? They know how to play games they know which application I go when I want to play game or when I want to watch a movie. They know. So these young ones, we don't have to just leave them playing games, watching videos, going to TikTok, on social media, clicking on YouTube, clicking on TikTok, just scrolling down. No, we need to teach them things that are valuable, things that can help them in the near future. It cannot make sense today, but when we teach them what's going to happen with money, they will understand. They will know that, okay, my mom taught me about this. They will know. Let's not leave them behind. Let's not leave them behind, because these are the future generations, the future of blockchain. These are the people who are going to be losing it more. Because most of us now, we are getting older. Each and every time we're getting older, and who is going to be transferring if you don't teach them today? Who is going to teach them how to transfer? Who is going to teach them how to do a payment using cryptocurrency? So it is very, very important for them to understand, not just to understand. It's easy for them to understand it now, because this is very, very early. We are teaching them what's coming. It's preparing them. Same applies when you are sending our children to school. We are preparing them for the future that they need, but we don't want to just continuously prepare them for them to be able to go to school and get a job and find that beautiful job that you want them to work, or their dream job. No, we also want to prepare them so that they are able to produce their own currencies. They are able to produce their own companies. How do we do it now? Teaching our young ones to adapt into cryptocurrency, it's balancing. We are now balancing the fundamentals of what? Of financial literacy. We are balancing it because why? It's in our hands. It's hands on. You are teaching them how to guard, how to secure their money, how to guard the technology and experiences, to have strategies to include them in digital allowances, more be able for them to be able to have allowances that we put in their digital wallet, so that they are able to accumulate each and every time they feel like I want to accumulate more. They will come with their own money, and we give them, maybe we just say, okay, each and every week I'm going to give you $1 to buy a cryptocurrency, or to be able for you to be to able to accumulate any of your choice. We have 3 already in our ecosystem. And why I would choose our ecosystem is because it's a long term, which is very sustainable. The more our children are growing, the more their finances is also growing. So let us understand that, uh, we are able to teach our children to trade in the real world, to get also experiences, also to focus on blockchain concepts, and also for them to understand what's really happening, so that they will not be scammed in the future. Let's teach them fundamentals. Let's teach them mechanisms, so that they are able to look at it. We are not just teaching them, we are preparing their mind. We are preparing their mind so that they also have a mindset that is not just focused on, after I finish my job, I just want to, if I finish my university or my degree or whatever, I'm going to look for a job. No, we are also shifting their mindset to think, okay, I can even start a business after I finish with my cryptocurrency that I have in my wallet. I can start a business. And by doing so, what are we doing? We don't want their minds to just think of the job, to just think of which company they are going to be working for. So that alone will help us to have the children that we need, who are focused, who are also determined to have what they want, right? Not just to think about going to work. We are working, right? Us as children, as parents, we are working. And what do we have by now? We don't have anything. We are still working and working and working, but we don't want that for our children. We want to prepare them. We want to cause this moment to give them empowerment. We are empowering them, actually, because there's no jobs out there. They will be stranded again after they finish their best degrees, after their PhDs. They are done, and now they're frustrated. They're back home. We don't need that for our next generation. No, that's not what we need. We need them to be educated. We need them to understand the decentralized. We need them to understand the fundamentals of this ecosystem. We need them to understand the blockchain technology, so that they can also take advantage by creating jobs for themselves. Not for us to go around to look for, especially in Africa. If you don't know anybody in an organization, it's very difficult for you to find a job. It's difficult. Unless you know somebody, you will be able to get a job, a good one, actually. No matter how learned you are, no matter how many degrees or no matter how PhDs that you have, they don't care. It's rare for you to find a good job nowadays, especially when it comes to Africa. So what do? We don't just send our children to school only and for them to have these academic certificates and all that. Let's also teach them about this blockchain. Let's also teach them about this cryptocurrency, because the next generation that we are going, the next phase that we are going from here, where we are right now, the next phase that we are going to have, it's the digital world. It's the blockchain. And this blockchain is coming. It might not look like that, but it's coming. Let's teach them how we can tell them how it's secure for them to be their own bank, for them to have an autonomy of their own, for them to be able to manage their own money, for them to be able to project or to see the world in a different way. Because now we are teaching them also to create jobs for themselves. Because if you tell them today, if you buy your tokens, be it Survivor, be it Killer War, let me go with Bullrun. For today, let's talk about Bullrun. If we teach them, if you buy your Bullrun tokens, let's say 5, maybe in a month, because as I said, we are going to be giving them allowances. But this allowances is used for digital. It's called digital allowance and wallet, whereby you are going to give them allowance to only buy or to accumulate a digital asset. What are we doing? We are projecting them. We are teaching them that they can have assets. As young as they are, they can manage assets. Tell them how it's important to manage their digital allowances. Teach them how to track, how to budget for their digital digital currencies. Teach them how this concept work, how to open a wallet. Teach them how to hold, how to transfer an asset. And you are doing this, you know what you are doing. The same applies what they do on a phone, going to Twitter, going to watch games, go to play games, going to play be it movies, whatever. You are teaching them something that is very valuable. Imagine putting a mindset that this child is not just going to use this wallet to just see and check. You are teaching them that they have an asset that can give them yields at the end of what? At the end of maybe you just give them a projection. Maybe when you finish your education, maybe you are still at the tertiary level or university level. By that time, the time you finish, my daughter, my son, by the time you finish in 5 years to come or 10 years to come, you are going to have being able to have your own digital money that is going to be giving you yields that is going to be so much. Teach them about that. We always talk about how much you receive when you get so much, how much you receive when you get so much. For instance, let's talk about even if they accumulate $10, 10 worth of BRL each and every week, by the time they have 100, there's a time they are going to be able to receive almost $100 each and every day. What have you done? You created a job for that person. You created a job for that child. They will thank you later, because you know what? They are not going to come out of the university and they're stuck. No. That $100 each and every month, and you use the compound effect that I talked about on Wednesday, you are able to help them also to compound. Once they compound, the more the money, the more the asset grows, the more the income is coming. What have you done? You have created a job for that child. Your child will not go back again to the same cycle that you have been, whereby you have been working for 7 years or 10 years, be it 40 years, 50 years, 20 years, for you to get a bonus or what do you call it, retirement package of be it 30,000 or 50,000. Mostly, if you get 50,000, that's too much. So most of the time, we don't get even to 30,000 for you to get a package that you have worked for 20 years. Let's take this back to our home. Today, if you teach this child to how to accumulate BRL tokens, let's say your child, for example, let's say your child is 5, let's say maybe they are grade 5, they're still in tertiary level, they are grade 5. And we're going to say, okay, my daughter or my son, we are going to be accumulating $10 each and every 10 worth of not Bitcoin, worth of BRL tokens each and every month. By the time you finish your uni, the money, you are able to use it for whatever you want. To start a business, to start whatever that you want, to buy a house of your choice, to rent an apartment of your choice. If you want to rent, if you want to start a business, it's up to you. If you want to buy a car of your choice, it's up to you. If you want to start a family of your choice, it's up to you. But what are we doing? We are taking away the mindset for our children to go to school so that they can look for a job. We don't want that. We want them to come out of that school knowledgeable, able to run a business, able to run companies. They are the ones who are going to be in charge of companies. That's what we need to empower these children. We need to let them understand how they can also expose themselves to this digital world. Hands-on, we need to be just supervising them so that they can be able to have the exposure that they need. Let's put their toes in the water. Let's help them to buy small. Buy as small as they can, be it $10. From where you can start from dollar. We have so many tokens. We have 3 tokens. You can start from $5. You can start in a week. You can say, okay, each and every day I'm going to give you $1. Then in a week you're going to buy one coin. Maybe it will be $7 by that time. Let's allow them to do it. Let's allow them to experience this digital world. We need them to be hands-on. We need them to help them to also buy as small as we can and help them to understand how it works. Help them to manage. If they're still under 18, we might also help them to manage how to buy. You can teach them how to do it, but you can also be able to keep that wallet for them. But you're also going to put them in the water. Let's put their foot under the water. We need them to be engaged. Those who are maybe under 18, yeah, you can manage. Those who are now above 18, let's engage them in the community events. Let them learn about finances. Let them learn. Our king always speak about a lot of things, not just our community. Yes, he speaks about community, but he speaks about the financial world, how it's evolving, and how we are supposed to be positioning ourselves. And let them come. Let them listen to what he's saying. Let them come and also start investing in this ecosystem. I will always choose our ecosystem because it's the best, especially for now when we're talking about our generation, the next generation, which is our children. Let's allow them to understand this ecosystem because we have it all. We are solving challenges here. We are able to understand what's happening in the market. We are able to understand what is liquidity. We're able to understand what is fundamentals, what is mechanisms, what is the locking of liquidity. All these things, they need to understand it. Why? So that they stay away from scammers. They are able to identify this is a scam, this is not a scam. So that they also focus on security and risk. Because, they're going to be exposed out there. They are going to also to be online and they will say, oh, my mom also teach me about cryptocurrency. Somebody's talking about cryptocurrency here. Let me just join. When they click a link now, they are going to be scammed. We don't want them. We don't want that. We want them to also understand that they can also learn about it, have knowledge about it, and they can also go out there and teach. Imagine teaching your child and they go to school and they are so excited when the price go up. They're going to tell their classmates about it. And imagine how you empower the whole community. You now empower the whole school. And by doing that, you are not just empowering your own child, you are also empowering the whole school. Imagine, because they will be talking about it. I have so much, I invested so much, I'm getting so much. That is also exciting for their friends, their families, and other people who are surrounding them. And that alone can bring more children to you. Maybe they will be like, let my mom come and tell you how does it work. You're now able to also impart another child. So community, as we are here as the Bullrun community, I want us to understand that let's use this time to interact with our kids. Let's teach them the technology that we are using. We are using this technology. We want them also to be prepared. As I said, we don't want them to also just come here and say, okay, I'm here. I want to go to work. I want to work for this organization. I want to get my 1,000, my 2,000, my 3,000. No matter how much you get, it's never enough. It's never enough to take you out of that situation that you have. Because we have a lot in our plates. We have children, we have family members, we have a lot. So what do? Let's engage our children. Let them understand the method that we are using, the tokenization that is happening right now. Let's show them how to use a toy to their ownership. As we are using it, let's use this application just like a toy that is fun to use, where you can make money, where you can play with it and accumulate tokens, and within some time you will see your portfolio going up. And that alone is exciting for our children. They want that. because we are giving them power. We are giving them power to think that they can also make it without them just thinking about jobs. But truly speaking, today, if you ask your child, okay, I want you to just take this as a homework. Ask your child what they want to do after the school. Once you ask them that, they will give you an answer. And through that answer, it will tell you a lot about what that child is thinking. So we don't want that mindset in our children, especially here. We have this ecosystem. We have something that we can use for them to have for the long time, for them to be able to speak for the long time. So, community, I want us to understand that we have a beautiful ecosystem in our hands. This ecosystem was built for our security. It was built for us to have the deepest liquidity that we need. We have the Benny mechanism. We have the retention of our liquidity. We have USDC rewards. That alone can help us to create the future of our children that we need. We need to take them out of the bondages that we grew up in. We don't want them to also be like ourselves. Yeah, because some of us, we are still working. And if you want to check your goals and where you are, it's not even matching. And how long are you still going to work? Why? Because we did not have people who talked about these things. We did not talk about this thing. Our mothers, our fathers did not talk about them. They did not sit down with us. If you see especially this, us as Black women or as Black kings, if you see somebody who is successful, they started from scratch, from zero. Yeah, there are others who are very much fortunate that they have their families that are coming. They are coming from. They have money and they all figured it out. But most of them, they started from zero, and it's hard work. It's hard work for you to be able to be there. You need to be focused. You need to stand. But this is not what we want for our children. We need to change the narrative. Let's teach them about it today. Let's talk about it today. Let's teach them about this technology. Let's talk about the decentralized ledger. What is it? What is the difference between a wallet and an exchange? What is security and ownership? Let's talk about it. Let them know, because we want the next generation to be the most powerful generation, especially our own kids as Bullrun ecosystem community. We want them to be ahead. We want them to be more ahead, because already, there are things that we know that other communities doesn't know. Why? Because we have people who are teaching us. Our developers, they teach us. Our mother, they teach us. They teach us what's coming, what's currently happening, and what happened in the past. For me to know that we had no phones in our last 25 years, it's because King Steve talked about it. And I was like, oh, really? We did not have phones 25 years ago. But now, the same thing that I'm talking about right now, it might not look like we need our children to know this. But truly speaking, I told you, in the next 5 years, we will not need CVs. We will not need degrees. AI is taking over everywhere. Right now, people, we used to have extra lessons. Let's take an example. We used to have our children going to extra lessons. Nowadays, AI is teaching our children in our place, in our comfortable homes. AI is teaching our children. So imagine what's going to happen. We are heading somewhere that is very dangerous. So we need our little ones to be prepared for it, so that they are not going to be frustrated. Look at what's happening already with our youths. My heart bleeds, because if you see somebody who graduated with flying colors, they don't have a job. They are now doing drugs. They are now doing drugs. Why? Because they are frustrated. They don't know what to do. They went to school. Yes, you told us if I go to school, I will find a nice job. I'll be able to earn so much money. I'll be able to take care of my children or my mother or my father. But what's happening? They are doing drugs because they are so frustrated. They don't know what to do because they've never told about how they can go about it. How can they maneuver in life when life becomes difficult? And we don't want this again with our own children. And how do we avoid it? We avoid it by teaching them what's coming. Because we are preparing also their financial status already. We are preparing them to have the best finances that they can have in the next 10 years to come. Community. Blockchain technology is now 16 years old. It's going to 17, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to 17 years old. Take, for instance, a child, as I said, maybe grade 5, tertiary level. How many years for them to finish university? University, maybe let's go from my country. If you are grade 5, you're going to be tertiary up to 7, grade 7. That's 2 years, 4 years in the secondary level. Maybe 4 years if you are doing doctrine and other things. 4 years again. That will be almost 8 to 9 years from now. Take an example of that child and teach them how to accumulate, be it BRL, be it BRL. So take it, be it BRL, take it, be it Survivor, take it, be it Killerwell. Accumulate as much as they can. Let them accumulate as much as they can. As I told you, just give them allowances. Give them allowances. This allowance is not going to be used for their schools or whatever. It's only for digital allowance. Let's use it to what? To accumulate as much as we can. And imagine in the next 8 years from now, where we are right now, in the next 8 years from now, how much that kid will have. Do you think that child will come out of university and tell you, Mom, I want to go and work at McDonald's. I want to be a manager at this big company in your country. Do you think they will think about that? No, they don't think about it. They will just think about, okay, Mom, can you help me? I want to open a business. I want to do this. Even if they are doing their doctors, becoming surgeons or whatever, they'll tell you, Mom, I want to open my own hospital. I want to do, yes, they are doing it because it's their passion, right? We are not going to stop them because that's what they want, right? But they are going to do it in a bigger scale whereby they are able to open a hospital for themselves, a clinic for themselves, or a surgery for themselves to be operating, but using their own money. What is happening now? You created a job for that child. Imagine you have created a job for that child, a business that is going to be running. They're not going to be the same like the people who are drinking all this who are taking drugs and all that, because they don't know what to do. It's because they are not occupied. The mind is not occupied. That's why they're doing whatever they want. They want to take drugs so that they just forget about what's happening around them. We don't want this. We want our children to come out of schools empowered, having ideas what to do. Already they are already earning maybe USDC rewards. Imagine already you have created a job for your child. Even if they are going to be earning $100 or $50, already they have somewhere to start from. They're not going to come here and ask you for. As for us children, as us women, we love, there are things that we need as children. There are things that we need. There are things that you just need monthly. They're not going to asking you, Mom, I need this. Well, if they can just came out of the college again, you are still providing for them. Well, if they're still home, you are still providing airtime for them to go on TikTok. No, that's what we don't want. We want them to be empowered. We want them to be able to use their own finances to do their own things. And by doing so, what are we doing? We are taking the load out of us. We are taking the same load out of our hands. It might not make sense today, as I said, But community, I want you to understand that by the time you start doing this, you are taking the load out of your shoulders. 9 years to come, you might not even be able to be paying the school fees. She will be like, oh, okay, mom, I'm able to pay my school fees for my university. You rest. I'm getting so much money from my USDC rewards. I can be paying my school fees. Oh, I can be paying my residential fees. You can be paying school fees, yes, but I can be paying my residential fees. And by doing so, we are creating the community, the generation that we need, which is empowered, the generation that is hands-on, the generation that knows what they are doing. So I want us to really, really think about this. Wealth is not built by hard work. It's built by having structures. Let's do this. Let's allow our kids have beautiful structures that we lay upon them, then that we teach them. They understand because they are going to school to be taught. They understand this because the moment you start to talk about it, this is money. Nobody, even a child who is born yesterday, if you give them money, they'll understand this is money. So imagine now talking to somebody who now understand, if I give you $1, I can go and buy an ice cream. I can go and buy this. And now giving them the value to understand that they can put this in an asset, which can give them long-term finance or long-term income. Already you are creating the mindset that we need in the next generation. We don't need kids being killing themselves, robbing people out there. We don't want that. We want them to be productive. A mind which is idle thinks a lot of things. A mind that is very idle, they think a lot of things. They think to steal, they think to drink marijuana, they think a lot of things happen. So we don't want us to end up there again. We want our children to have the best. Because we have a best ecosystem in our hands, let's teach them about this ecosystem because it was built for long term. We are going to receive our USDC rewards not just on 1 year. We are going to have this in perpetuity. We are going to have it perpetually. We are going to have our USDC rewards coming forever. So imagine preparing your child in such an organization, preparing your kid to have to set themselves in such an organization. What's going to happen? They're not going to cry, mom, I'm not looking for it, I'm not finding a job. They are going to thank you, mom, you have done the best, because what I'm having now is more than what I might also have from my job. They can go to their jobs, they can look for jobs, yes, but let it not be the motive behind them going to school, just getting job. No, let it be a motivation that they just want to have experience, or they just want to go to that organization to get experience for them to start their own, or for them to be able to focus on their own things. So as I said, we have 3 tokens in our ecosystem: the survivor, the killer whale, the bullrun. All these tokens, you can teach them about them. All of them, they have mechanisms that are put in place. We have all of them, they have mechanism that is burning, that is retaining liquidity for the long term. This is not only built for 100 years or for 10 years as it is locked, right? It's going to be long term. And for that, imagine in the next 10 years from now, how they are going to make a lot of money. There is a time that they're going to be making 1,000. And by doing so, we have created for them what they want. That's what they want right now, truly speaking. Yes, we need to take them to school. Yes, that's very important. Very, very important for them to experience, also for them to have exposure, right? But we need to teach them the real world. We are facing the real world right now. And the world is not apologetic. The world doesn't care. The world respects structures. The world respects ecosystems. And we are planting our children in such an ecosystem that is grounded, that has everything that we need right now. The liquidity is there, and which is the biggest engine that drives any ecosystem. It's an element that is determined to bring out the best of each and every cycle. Right now, as we said, we are going to have a rush of liquidity that is coming, but it will not make sense if our ecosystem had no ways to retain liquidity. It was not going to make sense. But now we are going to accumulate a lot of liquidity that is going to help us to have a sustainable income, to also not allow ourselves to step on our toes for us to be cashing out. And a lot of USDC rewards are going to be accumulated during this time also. So let's teach our children. Let's teach our children, queens and kings. This is important. We might think like it's not important because we want our children to go to school because we are programmed for that. Yes, but let's change the narrative. Let's teach them what is very important. It is important because these are our next future generation, not just our next future generation. Yes, we are making our own money right now. They are our backup plan. They are also our backup plan. So let's prepare them. Let's create what we need in them also. Don't just allow your children to be just playing games, doing this, not them being able to understand that phone can bring them finances. That little gadget can also take their next life to another level. As you all know, our ecosystem was designed to retain and to have sustainable liquidity. It's scalable and efficient. It's very scalable and it's efficient. There's nothing else that is needed to be added. No, we are not going to add anything. Everything is put in place. Our own is to channel. Let's position our children properly. We on Wednesday we talked about positioning ourselves in any industry early, right? Same applies. Let's position our children in this company. This is a company. Let's position them. Let them have position. Let them take position, seats on the front row. We are here. We are early. Let them begin to take those position, front row seats. Bullrun ecosystem. It's one community with one purpose: to have a sustainable utility from day one. Its mission is to accumulate the deepest liquidity for the holders, those who are holding, for the pool, those who are just going to be coming here, buying and selling, for us who are going to be staking. It's going to accumulate as much as we want as we solve the 4 challenges. So community, we have an ecosystem that is built for us, that has the best interests for us. It has our hearts at its own heart. So let's take this opportunity to teach these children about this technology and position them in the right place. Yes, we can teach them about Bitcoin. We can teach them about Ethereum. Yes, these are the early tokens that has been there. Yesterday our king talked about how many tokens that we have. There are so many, but do we have mechanisms that are put in place for that ecosystem to sustain itself? For that ecosystem, he talked about no matter how beautiful or good a token might be, but if it does not have fundamentals and mechanisms that are going to sustain it, it will not go far. So the best is for us to take this position, put our children in the front rows. We are early in this industry. Put them in the front rows. We want to make the best out of these children. These are our backup plans. I'm not saying we are not going to have our own monies. Yes, we can have our own monies. There's a time that you have a crisis. Who do you go to? The first of all, you go to your daughter or to your son, right? They are your backup plans. So let's put them in the right ecosystem. As I said, You cannot make wealth is not built by hard work. If hard work was going to pay us, or if hard work was going to be something that was going to create wealth for us, we have people who work hard. In my country, there's a place where they call Mbare. It's a supermarket. It's a market, not it's a supermarket. It's a market whereby people, they go early in the morning to buy tomatoes, all those fresh vegetables, right? But there are people who push these trolleys. They push for people just for $3. Sometimes when I pass through that place, I tell myself like, "Oh, I'm not lucky." It's strategy. It's strategy. You have strategy. You need to put in place structures. Somebody will be pushing a trolley which is full of goods, and just for $3. Imagine, on a distance that can take you to 5 kilometers. So this is what we also want to do. We want to remove work hard, you make it. No, it's not about hard work or luck. It's not about hard work and luck. It's structure. It's ecosystems. So let's settle. I'm not saying go and create an ecosystem. I'm not saying go and create a structure. No, we have a structure already. Our own is to come here, do what we need to do. And before I go, we have a big role to play. We have a big role to play as us as members of this ecosystem, to bring awareness. Let's be proactive. Let's engage. Be it in our sessions, like what you're doing to right now. Let's continue to engage. Let's continue to learn. Knowledge is something that you cannot take away from somebody. You cannot take away from people knowledge. So the more you learn about that particular area, you have knowledge about it. Sometimes it's not about money. Okay, it's not about what I'm getting. What if I go there? No, it's not about that. Get knowledge. Get to understand what is it all about. How is it done? You make more money using knowledge. Knowledge is power, because we can create ideas out of knowledge. So let's continue to accumulate knowledge. Let's continue to show up in all our events. Let's continue to show up in everything that you are doing right now. Let's continue to engage as a community, and let's also continue to bring our children, those who are 18 years and above. You can bring them to the sessions with our king, with our mother. Let them understand. Let them understand. Let's not only focus on them going to school. Yes, I said school is good. It's very good, very, very good. But let's also add something into our curriculum. Let them understand this. You can do it as a father, as a mother. You can do it for our children, so that we create the mindset that we need. We don't want these children to go back to the streets. There's nothing in the streets. We don't want our girls to be going out there to follow men because they want to be they want a streetwise they want a plate of rice. No, let's empower them. Let's empower them. Let's not allow our children to become gay because they want to be paid money. They want money to live. No, let's empower them. By the time they finish school, they have money. They have money in their account sitting there. Because we can't save for them. Truly speaking, the money is not even enough for you to pay your mortgage, for you to pay your rent house. It's not enough. But what can we do? Let's create something for them. Let's create something for them, community. This is my session today. I want you to understand that we need to change the mindset of our own children. They are our future. They are also our backup plan. So we also need to prepare them, not only for the best job. No, let's also prepare them for them to have their own before they go to their best job that they want. Let them go there because it's just for fun. They will just want to have exposure and experience. But already you have something that you have created for them. So community, that was it for today. I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Before I go, let me just go through your comment section as we round up. Thank you. So we have our king in the house, King Steve. Thank you so much, King Steve, for taking your time to just come and also listen to us, to me today, to me. So you're saying Happy Friday, Bullrun community. The title already gives it away. It's going to be another amazing session today. Looking forward to be part of it. You are very much appreciated for all the efforts. Thank you so much, King Steve. Your presence means a lot also. Thank you so much. So can Beatrice also say, Bullrun, hello Bullrun community. I'm super excited to be here with our beautiful queen. Definitely our children are the future generation. They must be educated, informed, and inspired about our industry. Indeed, my queen, that's the only thing that we can do for these kings and our little queens and kings. So we have Queen Gloria. I'm learning queen. Thank you so much, Queen Gloria. We also have our beautiful Queen Mother. Our beautiful Queen Mother, also our developer. Thank you so much, Mom, for always giving us space to ride on your wings. And I'm so much grateful for all you're doing behind the scenes for me also. I also have Mom saying, hello, my queens and kings. Happy Friday. I'm happy to be empowered by Queen D. Thank you, Mom. Our children are our future generation. Teach them while they are young, and when they grow, they will not be left behind. Indeed, they say catch them young. Catching them young is the best thing that you can do. Queen Zafaria is saying, good day, Bullrun community. Good day, Queen Debbie. Good day to you too, my queen. Hope you take away something from what I was sharing with you today. We also have King Will saying, happy to join, happy to see you too, King. Also have Queen Barbara saying, greeting community, greetings back to you, Queen. Queen Mary saying, thank you, Queen Debbie, for empowering us. Thank you so much, Queen. Hope we take away something from that. Hello, Queen Vijaya saying, hello, Queen Debbie. I agree with you. It's very important to keep our young ones on loop, since the world is becoming a village. Indeed, my Queen, we are becoming a village indeed. So that's very, very true. Yeah, we also have King Will saying, thanks, I started investing for my family. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. That's what we want. Thank you so much for that. We also have our Queen Mother. She's saying, very empowering. We do not want our children to be left behind. They are our future generation. AI is taking over the jobs. Our children's future is at risk. Thanks, Queen Debbie. Powerful session. Thank you so much, Queen Mother, for such a powerful also comment. AI is taking over. I'm telling you, before we know it, our children will not have jobs anymore. Imagine it, somebody who is going who is doing teaching right now at the university. In the next 5 years, that person might not have a job anymore. So we also have Queen Latte. She's saying, very interesting topic. Take us on, Queen. Hit hard. We are learning our tutor. Thank you, Queen. That's very crazy of you. Thank you, though. Queen Cynthia is saying, "Wow, Queen Debbie, what an eye-opener session, my queen and my queens and kings. Thank you so much, my queen." We also have Queen Rose. Queen Rose is saying, "Yes, Queen Debbie, they will learn to be patient, invest too in the new and future trends than the old systems." Indeed, my queen. We also have Queen Beatrice. She's saying, yes, Queen, let us strategize for our future generation. Indeed, we need strategy. We need strategy. Thank you, Queen Beatrice again, saying, knowledge is power, my queen, indeed. So, community, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for tuning in today. As I said, the future belongs to our children, and let's give them what they need. Let's empower them. Let's also prepare them so that we also have the future backup plan that we also need. Thank you so much for today. Until we meet again, tomorrow is Saturday. We also have our king on Twitter. So I just also want you to know that tomorrow there is a session. So don't miss it. Until we meet again, it's a bye bye from me.